Okay, halfway done. Moving on to the Sorrowful Mysteries now. Here's a look at what the finished pages look like. This is once again the cover. As you can see, it's exactly the same like the other ones. So I'm not going to show you how to do that one again. Just do the same as in the beginning of the Joyful videos. First page is a little bit of a tricky one. The Agony in the Garden. Just like the Nativity, here's a little stuffed hand. So, and a little bit homage to the garden. So, here are the pieces. I just have the leaves glued down already. I cut 5 of them and left the tops open so they can kind of be lifted up a little bit. Okay, so for this you have 2 hands. Now you always remember thumbs up, but for this first part it doesn't matter. We can always flip it around later. Once again, it's like we're going to put them together with like a sandwich and use polyfill, put in the middle, make it a little bit fluffy. So, start by gluing one side. Thank you. Oops. Goodness, I'm making a mess here. Glue that side down. Glue around the top. And glue down the side. Remember, leave the bottom open so that you can stuff it full. Yep, and give it a minute or 2 to dry so that you don't pull it apart. Once again, you can get polyfill for really cheap, but it usually comes in a big bag. So either use it from a project you've already been working on, or if you have an old pillow that you're ready to get rid of, it's a good place to salvage polyfill from. All right, so just taking a little bit at a time, stuff it in there. This one's a little bit easier to do than Baby Jesus because it's a bigger piece to fill. Once again, don't fill it up too full, otherwise it will make this final step a little bit too tricky. It doesn't need to be very full, just have a little bit of something to it. Put some glue in here, squeeze it shut. Okay. Now this little piece down here is supposed to be his sleeve. So it fits right in the corner. And we're just going to glue it kind of over the very edge of the hand. And in case you can't tell, this is Jesus' hands in prayer. Hopefully that was obvious. All right, glue down that side. The other side. And then I'm going to glue down the hands. Thumbs up, remember? Just want to glue down the very bottom so that it's kind of movable. And then do a real thick line of glue there. Now the reason I haven't put down the rosary beads on this one is because of this shape, it has to be at the bottom. So we're going to do the rosary beads kind of on top. So here's another look at how to do those. So once again, you cut a strip of ribbon, approximately the width of your page. Take one of your felt Our Father beads, and I'm doing red Our Father beads for the Sorrowful Mysteries. I did blue for Joyful, green for Luminous, red for Sorrowful, and then I'm doing a yellow for the Glorious. But you can do whatever you think is best. So then I'm going to string on my 10 beads for Hail Marys. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. trim my string and glue on my final Our Father bead. And first the first Sorrowful Mystery page is done. The next Sorrowful Mystery is Scourging at the Pillar. And here's a look what the final page looks like. So we have the pillar and then we have a whip. And I'm using both ribbon and just simple embroidery thread for the whip. You can use yarn, you can use any sort of string you have for this. Really simple, but it's just so that the kids can kind of play with it. Here we go. This one is a really simple one to cut out, just the two pieces, the pillar and the whip handle. Very, very simple. I already have my pillar glued down and my rosary beads at the bottom. So, pretty simple. You can do this in lots of different ways. Here's how I did mine. Get your string or your ribbon or your yarn or whatever you're using. Kind of line them up. Fold them in half. You can tie a knot there if you like. I'm just gonna go and fold them. I'm gonna put a big old glob of glue down. Put my strings and my ribbons right into it. Put a little bit of glue on top. Then I'm gonna put my handle on top of it. Cover up that big mess. There we go. Tuck it under a little bit better. I'm gonna burn my fingers. Okay, then I'm just gonna glue down the rest of my handle. And pick off the glue strings and we're done. The whip and the pillar are there. Okay, so that is the second Sorrowful Mystery. Third Sorrowful Mystery is also an easy one. It's a crowning with thorns. This one you just have to cut out 2 oval pieces. These are supposed to be sort of the branches that have the thorns on them. We're going to add the thorns in a minute here. So I kind of want these to be woven looking. So I'm just going to kind of manipulate that to make it look like that. Kind of pull one kind of over and under the other. Little bit. Okay, kind of like that. I cut it out of 2 very different colors of brown. And then I'm just going to kind of glue down the parts of it until I get the whole thing glued down. Parts of it aren't quite all the way glued down, that's fine. Just going to make sure I glue down enough. Get all my glue stuff in here. Okay, pretty good. Okay, and then simple enough, I'm going to take my puff paint and put my thorns on there. Here's what it looks like. See, just real simple. I have them kind of overlapping and then my thorns both on the inside and the outside. Go. Okay, once that dries, I'll have my third Sorrowful Mystery done. Crowning thorns. Okay, on to fourth Sorrowful Mystery, which is the carrying of the cross. This again is one of their favorite pages. Anything where they can take it out and look at it, they like it. So we got Jesus, he's kind of on his knees and the cross. So the pieces look a little funny when you cut them out. You probably thought that, but it kind of comes together pretty easily. So here are the pieces. One thing I've glued together already is Jesus's face and hair, but I've showed you how to do that already.
Look, I got overlay.
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is kind of make our cross. I'm just gonna trim off. These are just two very basic popsicle sticks. I'm gonna glue them together into a cross shape.
Give that to me.
Okay, glue them together like that right in the center. Okay, what I also did before is I wrapped string around there. Pretty easy to do, see? Just like this, but you can do it either way. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. Now this is a little tricky because it's kind of, okay, so this is the bottom piece. This is Jesus' body. I have a back foot, a front foot, the arm, and then just kind of a general body shape in the middle. What I want to do is I want to for sure glue down the bottom and this side and kind of up here, and then the top part of the hand. But I do want the cross to slide in, so we kind of need to keep this top part open. So we're going to do that. We might have to add a little bit of glue in a minute here, but we're going to start with that. Glue just kind of in the center. And we're going to do the robe. Now the robe, see, it has a kind of like an up so we can see the front foot. Scoot it forward so you can see that back foot. And again, we're going to want to glue all around here and on the bottom and a little bit up here, but leave kind of this area open so the cross can slide into it. Okay. Let's just make sure that I did it right. Yep, see, cross can just slide in there, kind of slide in under the arm. So there's that. Last thing I gotta do is glue on my head. Hey. Okay, put on my two eyes with puff paint. Okay, and that's the last part of that one. Okay, the last sorrowful mystery is the easiest one. It is simply the crucifixion. I wanted this one very simple so there's not a lot to distract from meditating on the crucifixion and death of our Lord. So this one's really simple. All you need to do is get some red puff paint. Cut out this piece. It's a little bit trickier to cut out, so make sure you use that clear tape trick that I showed you. And then all you have to do is add just a little bit of red puff paint for the wounds of Christ at the feet, the hands, and the side. And that's it. So these are all of the sorrowful mystery pages. I'm going to show you how to finish them in a bit, but first we're going to do the glorious mystery.